I'm Rob.
And I'm Louie.
And this is the Touring Karts VR review by
Barefoot Gaming.
Mr. Louie, what would you say Touring Karts is?
Touring Kart is a racing game, a very Mario Kart racing game.
Very Mario Kart racing game.
Right down to the music.
It's very Mario Kart racing.
Yes.
I'm gonna stress very Mario Kart.
Yes.
So there is no Mario, there's no Koopas, there's no Peach, but everything is done very cartoony.
Yep.
And the power-ups, the speed boosts, the backgrounds. All right, let me give me some specs here. How many tracks have we got? How many cars?
There are 22 tracks. All of them pertain to a certain country or area. There's the UAE, there's Hungary, there's China, there's US, Canada.
Canada, we're here.
Yep.
Yes.
There's 30 race cars or karts that you can modify to your heart's desire.
And by modifying them, you can do things like just upgrading their speed. You can change their horns. You can choose how they do their drifting.
How they look.
Yeah, those are the sort of things. And then you can actually buy different groups.
Yes.
Right, and all the vehicles perform different. And some look, more. You start off, I think, with the camel.
Yep.
And it's very pink and cartoony and stuff.
Camel being one of the teams that you can play with.
Absolutely. And then it gets more and more realistic kind of as you go along.
Yes.
There's also, I believe, 45 power-ups that you can mix and match together to make your own custom power-ups. Anything else?
There are 500 challenges that you can complete throughout the different tracks, and they'll be from squashing your enemies to becoming supersized.
Or freezing somebody. And the payoff to doing that is
sometimes free tracks, sometimes power-ups, sometimes parts for your cars.
Yeah, sometimes make your car look different or give you a different hat or whatever, that sort of thing. So there's single player, there's multiplayer. This is available on the PC, on all the headsets.
Yep.
It's available on PlayStation VR. You don't have to have VR. There are multiple view modes.
Yes. There's first person, third person.
And then kind of you're sitting in a fake racing car looking at a screen.
Yes.
Having the racing happen in front of you.
Yes.
Now, where you're sitting in a car having the screen in front of you is designed specifically so that it will reduce motion sickness. Because if you are prone to motion sickness, being the person in the car, whipping around the sharp corners, you are going to feel it a little bit. You'll feel it the other one too because it drags you. But I would say mileage is going to vary on that. I think we were both okay, but I mean, we play a lot of VR. Right?
I think the third person, where you're the furthest back from the cart, I think that would actually be best for most people.
I think you're right.
Because the cart's doing all the moving, you're moving much slower than that.
Absolutely. And then there are rewards.
Yes. So when you win a race, if you can win a race, you will get $300 for first place, $200 for second, and $100 for third. And after that, if you go from anywhere from 4th to dead last, which is 10th, you can get XP. XP is used to get other things throughout the game, but money is used to unlock tracks.
And I'm also going to quickly interject with the fact that there's different difficulty settings.
Yes.
And the higher the difficulty you play on, the more your reward.
Yes.
So let's get to an actual review. List some pros, list some cons. Do you recommend it, Louie, or don't you? Go.
I do recommend this. It is fun, even if it is imitating one of my favorite racing games. And one of the things that I really like about it is the power-ups. They're weird, they're a little bit different, but to go against that, the tracks are so short. They are terribly short. And one thing I love about Mario Kart is the chance to go from dead last to really work your way up to the front. And if you're dead last and you're a lap behind, there's no chance to get ahead.
It'll be pretty difficult.
Yes.
They're going to have to do a lot of screwing up for that to happen.
Yes. Again, I recommend it. Those are my kind of pros and cons.
So I'm going to start with cons on this. For me, a con, again, the tracks are too short. The second con for me is the fact that all the tracks look the same. They'll happen at day or night. But really, the only difference when you're playing in Canada versus playing in China, the track is going to look exactly the same. The background, way in the distance, is going to look different. I believe the China one has like a dragon and maybe some Chinese architecture and
Now,
stuff.
that's not to say that the track is exactly the same in that its twists and turns are the
That's
same.
right. The layout is different, but
Yes.
it doesn't look different. When you play a game like Mario Kart, every time you go into a different world,
Yeah.
it's totally different. You're
Yep.
racing on the sand.
Or on a rainbow.
Or on a rainbow, right? So I sorely miss that.
Yes.
I wish the tracks were longer. The power-ups aren't necessarily super easy to use.
Yes.
We should talk about the controls really quick. The fact that you can play with any slew of controls. You can use your steering wheel, you can use motion controllers, you can use a gamepad,
Steering wheel and motion control.
keyboard and a motion. You can, however you want, you can kind of do it, which is a major pro.
Yep.
You can play it the way you want. It is still fun.
Yep.
And I would recommend it because there's not really anything like this out there right now, and I like different.
Yes.
But again, early access. This is an early access game. I really wish the developers would work on making the tracks look different. I
Yes.
don't want to race on the same track and just know that my corners are in different spots.
Yeah.
That's my biggest complaint about everything else. And that's it. That's our review. So don't forget to subscribe. Share, you guys sharing our videos when you post these on Reddit, when you post them on Facebook. You guys are the ones that are getting this out there, and I thank you so much for that. Leave a comment if you have a question. Subscribe. We love hearing from you, and we'll talk to you again real soon. See ya.
Bye.